Hello, thought I'd pop outside today. I've been tagged at last. I didn't think I'd been forgotten, to be honest, but Dickmarellan, he tagged me, and I think it's quite fun, so I thought I'd have a go. So, 5 useless facts about me. Fact 1. I have never worked for anybody else. I've always been self-employed and worked for myself. There's a dog down there. And I left school at 16 and became an antiquarian and second-hand book dealer, which I did for 27 years. And that was probably the best education you could ever get. Fact 2. I've always been a great lover of animals, in the non-biblical sense. And today I only have a couple of dogs, but in my time I've had many different variety of animals which I studied with some interest and vigour. And at one time I had a fear of spiders. Now I've got one actually crawling up on the camera now again, as I often do around here. And this fear I knew was irrational, because I like all animals, and I know spiders only have their place in life. And a friend of mine at one time, knowing my irrational fear, bought me a tiny little tarantula spider in a little film pot, and said, "Here, this will get you over your fear of spiders." And indeed, I found it fascinating. I grew this little spider up and became the size of a small dinner plate. And this fascination with spiders actually stuck with me, and at one time I used to breed tarantulas. Now at one time I even had about 500. Unfortunately it became a bit of a hassle feeding them all, and I eventually got bored with it and went on with something else. But that put me on to a study of scorpions, which nobody else did at the time, and certain zoological interests. So there you are, fact 2. Fact 3. I have a certain allergy to fruit, or certain fruits, and indeed certain green foodstuffs like lettuce and bean sprouts and a couple of others I can't instantly remember. But it's a strange old allergy, being allergic to fruit, and can be a bit strange when people say to you, "You ought to eat more fruit and greens." So I suppose I'm one of those evolutionary throwbacks. Still, that's fact 3. Fact 4. Once a friend of mine, while I was in a pub, decided to, well, I just had a puppy at the time. I say not personally, but I just acquired a puppy at the time. And I said to a friend of the pub, "One day this dog's going to win at Crufts." I probably had a couple of pints, to be honest, and he said, "I'll bet you £1 it doesn't." And always one for a bit of a bet. I don't think I was really up for the money. I thought, yeah, okay, I'll have a go. I'll put this. So I trained this puppy up, and there was a dog sport at the time I was particularly interested in called flyball. It's where dogs go over jumps, and they hit a box at the end, it ejects the ball, and they come back over the jumps. It's a relay race with 4 dogs. So anyway, I joined the local team, and since then I've managed to be in 3 winning teams at Crufts and 2 runner-ups, and I got my £1. I made him pay £1 the second time as well, actually, but there you go. Oh, £2. But it became a real hobby and fun, something I do weekends. So that's fact 4. Fact 5. I used to be a pilot. I used to private pilot, but something I did as a bit of a hobby. Very expensive hobby, I must admit. One of those little things I can't afford nowadays. But at the time, I enjoyed it, but I wasn't a very good pilot. I have to admit it, most of my friends have actually flown with me, haven't actually flown again. So, and I remember the first time I ever flew, well, I should say the first time I ever flew with a passenger after passing my exams and getting the license. A fog came in just after I took off across the airfield, and we were recalled to the airfield, and I couldn't find it. In fact, I tried to, at one point, I said I was coming in on finals, and soon realised I was actually coming in on an industrial estate. So I wasn't a brilliant pilot, I must admit. When I actually was doing my final for you do a sort of final test by going off and flying solo across the country, and I got terribly lost, and but I did pass, and I only passed because I sort of radioed into the local airport, or nearest airport, and they said, I said to them, I'm a bit lost, can you direct me to where I'm going? And they said, get out of there, because that's a parachute area. So I wasn't brilliant, but I did pass because I had the initiative to actually radio in. I knew that if I carried it on, I'd probably kill myself, so I gave up on that. But it was fun. Fact 5. Now, what I'm left with is who am I going to nominate as my 5 tags? Which, now, I'm sorry for those 5 tags. If you don't want to do it, then don't. You don't have to. It's just a bit of fun. I'm going, and you may have already been asked or whatever, because I am rather down the list myself, but GalacticAtom, I couldn't see that you'd been tagged, so I'd go for GalacticAtom. KalsolarUK, he's really good, so if you've never watched one of his videos, I really would recommend it. Anyway, I'm tagging him. DravenBain, I believe he's been around a while in the past and has reappeared, so he probably missed out on the tagging. And Quasarsphere, I hope I said that right, but yes, you're tagged too. Now my last one, Vile Lucas Labrador 666. Now you may not want to be tagged, but it may give you a chance to say something you haven't said already. So there we are, my 5 tags, and let's see what they do. Anyway, peace.